It's probably going to take forever to find a match in RBEC with the American team because it's so spammed out right now. But you know what? It's worth the wait. We're having so much. What? Oh, yes! Are you chilly? Oh my gosh, I can't believe we got into a match so fast. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. It is a pleasure, as all, to see all of your smiling faces today. Yes, I can see you. You left your PS4 camera on. Anyway, no, the tape's still there, man. Don't worry about it. I'm not spying on you. The NSA is. No, just kidding. Or am I? So, when was the last time you took off a B-17 from the airfield? Well, Toshio, glad you asked. It was when they added the auto spawn location feature to the game, and suddenly the auto spawn point for everyone was on the airfield. Ha ha ha! Cheeky breaky moves! More bias for the bias machine. No, just kidding. But seriously, wasn't it funny when they implemented that auto spawn feature and they're like, yeah, we'll just, give you an automatic start, so you don't have to like manually select, where you want to spawn. We'll just have everyone start from the airfield. They fixed it, but kind of makes you wonder if Gaijin can implement a feature that's not bugged. I mean, it is fun playtesting their game. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love this game. Can you tell? But it's always fun to jump in after a new major update or even a minor one and we'll see what they've buggered up. That's the way it is with every online game. You just can't test everything. And these guys, they're working so hard. Like seriously, can Gaijin just take a month off? No patches, no updates, no new content. Just give us something for a while, and you know what? You guys go to Maui. Give your code monkeys a break. I really think that sometimes taking a little break can give you just the inspiration you need. So, folks at Gaijin who are not listening because my channel doesn't matter, but one day when I'm famous, right, they'll look back at this video and they'll go, oh, however you show appreciation in Russian, this is it, we just needed a break. I'm a firm believer in taking breaks. I'm a youth pastor after all. There's this thing called Sabbath, Shabbat, and you're just supposed to take it some time off every now and then, and stop letting everything rest on your own shoulders, is really what that's about. It's about quitting for a little while, right? Anyway, we're quitting for a little while. We took a little break from War Thunder, not because we weren't enjoying the game anymore, but just because, why did I say we? I took a little break. Just because I was getting really into Warframe, and I just felt pulled to that, so I was playing that more and more, and I still am playing Warframe. But enough about me, right? It's been, 5 minutes, and I haven't even gotten to the point of the video. We are in the American side of an RB mode Enduring Confrontation. And I'm showing you this video as uncut as possible, right? And the reason is I was having so much fun. So I played 2 full matches of RB Enduring Confrontation, and I can tell you after that experience that is the most fun I've had in War Thunder in airplanes since I got into Sim Enduring Confrontation. What's that mean? Well, Enduring Confrontation is my favorite game mode. The downside is, the reason I don't play it all the time, 1, I'm Garbo in Sim. I'm just not good in Sim mode. I can do okay, but I just don't have the tactical awareness. I don't have something that I can use like a VR headset or an IR tracker. Is that what it's called? Anyway, the thing that allows you to look around without using your keyboard. I don't have that, so it's just really hard to look around, and looking around is kind of important in Sim mode. But I digress. I guess this is sort of a ramble edition. The reason I'm making this video, by the way, is I had so much fun playing the German side, and I managed to get into this match in the American side, and oh my gosh, my love for American aircraft really comes out in this, and they're ideal for an enduring confrontation style game mode. And yet, even though American aircraft are well outfitted, superior in the sense of being able to attack ground targets, which is pivotal in enduring confrontation, the German teams, with their relative lack, it's there. It's just not as strong as the American teams, and that makes a big difference in a competitive match. With their weaker close air support, you might say, they're still able to be competitive because they have very strong fighters, and they can climb to altitude quickly and perform well from an elevated position. And because you're facing a team that excels at ground attack, well, you know where to find them. And so you can harvest kills on a German team in enduring confrontation, and in an American team, can you have fun when the enemy's harvesting kills? I think very yes. So that's why I made the video. Now, why is this so uncut? Well, I'd like you guys who haven't had a chance to get into RB Enduring Confrontation to have a look at what it just inspired me. And inspiration is the stuff of life for a YouTube channel. I've been slacking off on the updates in the sense that, I used to be putting out 1 or more videos a day for a while, and that came down to me having a good amount of free time, in the sense that Tank Baby was actually taking naps. More on that later, I'm sure. And my wife used to go into the bedroom and sleep in the bedroom, and then I would stay in the living room and sleep on the couch because I'd be that much closer to the baby for when she woke up 4 or 5 times a night. So that gave me some alone time to do videos where, instead of missing Tank Mom, who's, literally doors away from me, so distance, making the heart grow fonder, I would make, a video every night because I had the time and there was no adorable woman sleeping on the couch right behind me. But now, my adorable woman doesn't make it to the bedroom at night. She sleeps on the couch right behind me until about midnight, and then we both go to bed together. So, I like that. She's a comfy woman. Anyway, all we do is cuddle. So, well, that got weird fast. Sorry guys, I love my wife. I married her for a reason. She's a comfortable woman. Alright, moving on. We're talking about airplanes, right? But these are the things that make my heart soar. My beautiful baby, my gorgeous wife, and look at the visuals in this game. You a good looking game, War Thunder. And really, there's only a few things you need to keep this game fun. One, you need a mission, right? And I'm not talking about daily tasks, as fun as those were, because those are a mission that's assigned to you. And even the most rewarding mission that's assigned to you, after a while, it gets a bit oppressive, and you need to take a break, right? Shabbat. You gotta take some time off to relax. You gotta quit for a while. Take all those responsibilities that have been put on you and just set them aside. Why don't we take all those responsibilities and put them over here? So this is us relaxing. We're taking out the B-17 VE, and this is the first time I've flown this particular plane in the game. I've flown other B-17s, but when I got to this one, it's like, okay, select a crew, and there's no stars. So I'm like, wow, I haven't trained anyone to fly this. This is my first flight in the B-17 VE. Dead stock, right? But, do the dozens of 50 cals on the B-17 VE care about how stock I am? No. My bomb load, though. Here I am. Is it viable to use this bomber to bomb the enemy airfield? We spent, our entire time on the way to the airfield climbing. Now you can side climb in a bomber in Enduring Confrontation, but that takes a good 10 minutes extra to get to a reasonable altitude. And you saw that as soon as the enemy airfield starts shooting at us, all 4 engines are dying. So hooray. But then we immediately get a critical hit on that BF-109, so we've dropped our tonnage, which is, that is the role of a bomber in this game, to drop all your bombs. Is there a reward for that? No. No. Did you see that tiny sliver of health that went down in the enemy airfield? But we've got that BF-109 in our sights, and we take him down. Our airplane is listing terribly because the autopilot just like derps out hard when you're in gunner mode. So you really have to constantly adjust to keep your plane flying level if it has any kind of damage. Autopilot works okay if you're not damaged, but I mean, how long are you going to remain undamaged when you're in gunner mode in a heavy bomber? Not very long. So here I thought we were dead. And can you feel like this is what life in a B-17 should be in this game? Full of action. I mean, this isn't realistic. I didn't spawn in at 5,000 meters, but do I care? Not after I evaporate 2 enemy fighters, right? So we dropped our bombs on the enemy base. We get 2 fighter kills. We're limping now. And this is where I quit, right? I quit playing the game to maximize my input on the match, because in Enduring Confrontation, you don't have to feel that way. Just go out and fly planes and have fun. The match will go on without you. If you've only got time to play for 10 minutes, have fun for 10 minutes. If you've got time for the hour and a half that it generally takes to win or lose one of these matches, go for it. Have fun. But this is a match you can jump into, and if you need to leave, you can leave, and nobody's going to blame you, because these are long matches. And if you want to just check out from tactical gameplay and not J out, as I should right now, I should eject out of my plane and get into something new, right? There's no way I'm making it back to base. But you know what I did? Here's what I did. I gave myself a mission. It's my day off. I'm not even supposed to be at work today, right? I'm not even supposed to be here. Anybody ever watch Clerks? Kids, don't watch Clerks, but adult peoples. It's a movie for adults, and it's pretty clever sometimes. But I'm not even supposed to be here today. And here I am. I've given myself a mission. Let's get our boys to friendly territory before we ditch this plane. We're at low altitude. It's cold. There's Nazis on the ground. It's not safe for us to jump here. You know what? We shot down a couple of their fighters in their sight. They're beautiful BF-109s. You think they're going to be happy about that? No. We're probably not going to survive if we hit the ground. And I don't like the idea of spending the rest of the war in a Nazi work camp. So, I'm the pilot, I'm the commander of this plane. I'm gonna try and get our boys back to friendly territory. I've got visions in my head of meeting up with a friendly tank crew and eating some hot soup and getting shuttled back to the rear where our airfield is, a few clicks away. Getting our boys back to the airfield. That's my only goal. We're not gonna make it to the hangar, but maybe I can make it to friendly lines. Do you see how just little things like that? It's not about the game anymore. It's about my game. And I'm able to do it because this isn't a small map where all these fighters are crammed together and they're just here for their KD, they're just here for their RP and SL. There's no one here but me. There's tons of people in this match, but they're busy doing their own missions. Coming into a match, giving yourself a mission, and having the space to make that a reality. That's something you can only find in Enduring Confrontation at this time. You definitely won't find it in arcade, right? It's about the action, but there's no way to really have control over the destiny of your plane, right? There's always someone jumping in. And you know what? We're gonna have to be sneaky, because our boys, we didn't quite make it to friendly lines, but their story is over. Now it's time for our, let's see, P-47, B-25, P-47, B-25, B-25. I love me some B-25. Now it's the story of our heroic B-25 crew. They heard about that 17 that went down, and they're like, God, I hope those boys made it out alright, but we've got a mission to do. Load up the bombs. We're going for that enemy base. Maybe we can divert their attention from our boys on the ground. Right, so here we are in a B-25 taking off from this dirt runway, which is like, this is such a B-25 thing, right? This quickly built, probably built by Marines, right? Who, if you don't know Marines, they're good for one thing and not good for another. But Seabees, right? Seabees probably built that airstrip, so it's a great one. Anyway, B-25 taking off, and you know what? It's probably gonna be a while before we get into the action. But what's this I see? There's enemy fighters in the area. Well, looks like the action found us. That's another thing with enduring confrontation. And look at this, a ground battle right in front of us, and us with our 50 cals and bombs. Don't mind if I do. Alright, this is gonna be epic, boys. We're definitely gonna get him. Get a bit close to the ground there, Chief. Now, realistically, I live and grew up on the Pacific Northwest. I can tell you for a fact that Douglas fir is not that strong at the top of the tree, right? You could chop that down with your hand from that height. In fact, the tops of those trees, they break off because they're so weak. But strong enough to snap off the wing of a B-25, because the whole tree is as strong as the base of the tree in this game. Do I judge for that? You know what? There's only so many things you can pour your resources into. I was too close to the ground. But still, tree OP. Doug fir, please nerf. But I digress. I did that once, you know. I got distracted one time when I was making a video. What do you mean I'm still distracted? 17 minutes in and all we've done is just ramble and have a good time. You know what? That's what this video is about. Let's get to the P-47. D is at a 25. This has been my favorite airplane in the entire game because it can do everything. You can perform as a fighter. You can perform as an interceptor. You can perform as a ground striker. You can even take out bases with this thing. Not airfields, but bases. So, here we are. Sorry for the snarf, but it is cold in here. Double strike! How cool is that? And in Sim, I never would have been able to do that. You know, maybe I can take down one tank with all of my ordnance if I drop it and shoot it all at once and get lucky and don't hit the ground. But here we are, and we're able to actually do the business in a ground strike role. And then once we've lost our ordnance, well, guess what we're in? We're in one of the best high altitude fighters in this BR range. And it is a range because we're going to be facing up to, what is it, 5 point, well, not 0.0, my lord. What did I tell you about people giving themselves missions, right? And his mission was to evaporate my plane, and by golly, he did. We tried to turn him, face him, but we weren't able to respond in time. So now we're back in the action again. And do you feel like this feeling I have of being compelled to jump back into the action? It's not held back by looking at a hangar or looking at a crew cooldown because I crashed. There's no red crews here. There's just action. You didn't do so well, you got taken down. Well, you know what? Pin a medal on his chest, tell his mom he did his best, and fly out in the next airplane to finish the rest of the fight. right? Do you see the appeal of an enduring confrontation style mode? Because this is still Air RB. You still have to climb. You still have to take off from your runway. You still have the RB flight mechanics that just make this game feel more alive. I've got nothing against arcade, I just don't play it very often because it doesn't feel the same as this type of game. It doesn't feel like War Thunder, because this is the game I fell in love with. Look at this beautiful game. Look at this plane that is, here I have to decide, do I climb? Do I try and quickly get into the action? Because you can climb at, 15 degrees or so in this plane if you want to. But are you going to get to the battle in time to make a difference? Do you climb at 5 degrees and maybe meet the enemy at their altitude? Maybe have a little bit of a speed advantage? Do you climb at 10 degrees? Do you see? You don't have to always do the same thing, rinse, repeat, RB style, and yet you're not stuck with the ridiculousness that is arcade mode. Again, arcade mode, fun. It's just not immersive in the way that a realistic style match is. And it's more accessible. This is more accessible. RB. It's more accessible than sim mode. I like sim mode, I'm just not good at it. And I don't keep playing modes that I'm not good at forever. Eventually I realize there's limitations. And honestly, there's not enough room on my desk for a joystick right now. So if I played sim, I'd be using the little circle thing, and I'm not a big fan of the circle thing. I love what it does for you, but mouse flight, or the mouse joystick in sim mode, it's just not for me. This is for me. This is incredible. Honestly, guys, I love War Thunder. I was taking a break. Excuse me, there, a little bit of breakfast. We had, I made stir-fry eggs and taters and mixed veggies, because if I don't eat vegetables, then I bleed out of you don't need to know where. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, this is the game mode for me, my boys, and I wish that it was around to stay. I would love to see the accessibility for matches that's available in sim mode. If you didn't know, you can start your own match in sim. You can start your own enduring confrontation match. You and a friend get together and your friend joins the enemy side, you join, the winning team, and what? I mean, the trick is to play with people that just aren't as good as you. And you can start an enduring confrontation room together, and then other people can jump in. You pick the map. You pick the belligerents who are duking it out in the skies. How cool is that? How cool would it be to see that in an RB setting? And again, the thing with RB is it's accessible. You know where the action is. One problem that I had with enduring confrontation is my very favorite thing to do is ground strike. And I've picked up fighter combat, and it's really fun, and I can see the appeal, and I've gotten decently good at it. I've learned the ins and outs of certain aircraft, but other ones I haven't touched because they cannot perform in Air RB as it stands. They have no purpose because there's something better. And if there's something better, well, that's the thing that wins more matches. And if you don't win matches, well then you're just going to end up not having fun in a typical RB match, because that's really all it's about. People are there for 10 to 15 minutes to win a match. And if you're not doing that, well, then you get vultured on by the people who are, because they're there, because they're waiting for you to show up, because there's only a handful of things you can do. I guess, here I am. I used to play a lot of chess, and I mean a lot of chess. Every day after school, my mom would play 2 or 3 matches with me, and I hated playing with my mom because she took forever to do her moves, and she also really thought them out, so she moved well, and so I would have to play really well to beat her, And then when I was beating her, she would shift from using tournament rules, which is how we would practice, because we were practicing for a tournament, to going, oh, well, this isn't tournament rules. You know, I touched that piece, but I'm not going to move it, because she'll suddenly realize that it was a bad move. Anyway, sorry, Bob. I just, you know, that's why we don't play chess anymore. I don't like playing games with you. And that's sort of what Air RB is like. It's like playing chess on a tiny board. There's only so many moves you can do, and your opponent knows every move you can make. So it really just comes down to, well, are they going to make the right move, or are you going to make the right move? And there is, I mean, honestly, there's lots of room for, you know, excelling in your performance if you're in a vehicle that can perform, you know what I'm saying? But there's only so many things you can do. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's why it gets stale. But Enduring Confrontation, huge map. You know, you're probably only going to face one or two people if you don't go where the focus of the action is. And do you have something to do if you don't go where the focus of the action is? Yes, you do. There are people in this match that have been at high altitude the whole time because that's where they love to be, and I'm not talking about bombers, I'm talking about high altitude fighters. And they are making a difference in the match. They're taking out enemy observation aircraft. Remember when those were a thing? Oh man, do you just, I mean, my aim's so bad. I've been playing Space Ninjas, right? I've been playing a different game, but here I come back to the P-47 and I can just spray and I don't have to pray because, you know, Ma Deuce is here to fill in for me. And I see on my mini-map that there's enemy fighters in the area, and I can hear them above me, so that's why I was flying defensively there. And I had no idea where they were, but I didn't want to give them a good shot on me in case they were diving down. But there's something else going on. There's a high-altitude battle, a persistent high-altitude battle that's going on, because people can respawn and reclimb and get back into the action. You guys who love dogfighting at, you know, 6, 7K, Enduring Confrontation is the place for you. And in RB mode, you can actually find people, right? Because in Sim, it's like, okay, where is everybody? I played a lot of Enduring Confrontation back in the day, back when I had, you know, 3 hours at night to play a full match. And half of the match, both teams would be communicating. Hey, where are you guys? Where are your fighters? Let's meet up. Where are we going to meet? Where are we going to have our high altitude dogfight? And that's what they would do. That was their thing. You know what? In RB mode, your team can spot for you. Everybody knows where everybody is eventually. You know, you can still sneak around a bit, but oh man, Ma Deuce! Ma Deuce is singing her song tonight, boys. So can you tell I'm having a good time? You know what? I think I'm going to leave this video here. I do have some more footage, but maybe I'll save that for another day. I'd love to take it out again. I really want to see more of this game mode. I can't tell you how much fun I've had. And this is accessible. One downside that I haven't covered about this is that Enduring Confrontation matches, usually they start up with a bunch of people and then half the people leave in the first 15 minutes. I would like to see them be constantly open for new people to come in. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.